Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, so you've sent us a ton of stuff on probably the stickiest topic in vintage RC, finding the best grease for those old school Tamiya open diffs. You know, Grasshopper, Hornet, that whole generation.
Yeah, and our mission here is, well, it's pretty critical. We need a lubricant that, one, keeps those vintage plastics safe, but two, actually helps you tune the car's performance.
Right, because choosing the grease, it's more than just maintenance for these models, isn't it? It's tuning.
Exactly. It's an active tuning.
And the big challenge right off the bat is that these gearboxes, they're unsealed. So what happens if someone tries using modern, thin silicone diff oil, like the stuff for performance buggies?
Oh, disaster. It would just leak straight out, gone,
Yeah.
almost immediately. That's why you absolutely need a thick, sticky grease, something with high viscosity that stays put.
Okay, thick grease. But that thickness does something else too, right? It's not just about staying in.
Precisely. It forces the grease into a dual roll. See, an open diff normally sends power to the wheels spinning fastest, usually the one slipping in the dirt.
The path of least resistance.
Exactly. But a thick, tacky grease resists that differentiation. It stiffens the action.
Ah, creating that limited slip differential effect, the LSD effect.
That's the one. And that gives you much better traction, especially taking off on loose stuff. Makes the car more stable, too.
Okay, makes sense. So let's get into the rules for picking this stuff. Rule number one has got to be about protecting the parts, right? We're talking old ABS nylon gears.
Absolute paramount. Plastic safety first. This means you must avoid petroleum-based greases. Things like Lucas Red and Tacky, that kind of stuff.
What does petroleum do to old Tamiya plastic?
Bad things. It contains distillates, solvents basically, that can make the plastic swell up, get really brittle over time, or honestly, even start to dissolve it.
Yikes. Okay, so no petroleum. What base do we need then?
Synthetic or silicone, full stop. The base oil has to be one of those to be safe for these plastics.
Okay, so that brings up a classic trap I've seen mentioned. White lithium grease. You see it everywhere. Safe or no?
That is the biggest trap. White lithium can be safe, but only if you check the label and confirm it uses a synthetic base oil. A lot of them don't.
They use mineral oil.
Often, yeah. Mineral oil is petroleum-derived. So if it's not explicitly synthetic, assume it's dangerous for your vintage gears. Check the tube.
Got it. Synthetic or silicone base only. But okay, even among the safe ones, there's this other factor. How well it sticks, right? The tackiness. Why is that so important?
Adhesion and cohesion, basically how well it sticks to the gears and how well it sticks to itself. If it doesn't have good tack, the gears spinning super fast will just fling it off.
Fling off. So the grease ends up decorating the inside of the gearbox case instead of lubricating the teeth.
Pretty much. And then it's not providing lubrication or that LSD tuning effect we talked about. I saw you found that note about cow RC Eder butter.
Yeah, great for waterproofing apparently, but some people said it slings off kind of easy from gears. Perfect example, right?
Exactly. Doesn't matter how waterproof it is if it's not on the gears. So once we've got a plastic-safe, non-flinging grease, then we look at viscosity for tuning.
Okay, the tuning spectrum. So on one end, you've got like pure lubrication, low drag.
Right. Think Tamiya Cera Grease HG. It's quite thin, uses boron nitride, very slippery, great for maximum efficiency, maybe in a sealed transmission, but you get almost zero LSD effect from it.
Minimal tuning. And the other extreme, super thick.
Yeah, you get stuff like Bad Horsey Diff locking grease. Their whole marketing is like stickiest grease on the planet. It practically locks the differential.
Rich Gaines.
Maximum possible traction in a straight line on dirt, yeah, but it makes the car really hard to steer. It'll push wide in corners because the wheels can't differentiate easily. Aggressive tuning.
So most people probably want something in the middle. Balanced performance, good traction, still turns okay.
Exactly. The sweet spot. And that brings us to the top recommendation from the sources.
Which is Tamiya anti-wear grease,
Yeah.
80W grease, part number 53439.
That's the one. It's really the gold standard for this specific job. Tamiya made it for this purpose. It has that perfect, tacky consistency for a really good, balanced LSD effect.
And it's got additives too.
Yep. Crucially, molybdenum disulfide, MOS2. That gives excellent wear protection under pressure, which is exactly what those plastic gear teeth need.
Okay, so how much do you use? Just coat the teeth?
Coat the teeth, well, yeah, but also fill some of the space inside the differential carrier, maybe 50 to 75% full. That helps maintain the LSD action.
Right, it needs that volume to work against. Okay, AEW grease for the win. But we have to talk about the things people misuse, the absolute no-goes for these
Oh,
diffs.
definitely. Just as important as what to use as what not to use. Top of the list, WD-40.
Still see people spraying that everywhere.
I know, it's a solvent, a cleaner, maybe a water displacer. It is not a lubricant for gears. It'll strip off any proper grease you put in there.
Okay, no WD-40. What else?
Team Associated Green Slime. Great product for shock O-rings and seals. It has zero business being used as gear grease. It's far too thin, wrong application entirely.
Right, wrong tool for the job. And obviously, after what we said at the start.
No thin silicone diff oils. They'll be gone in seconds from that unsealed case. Zero lubrication, zero tuning. Just a mess.
Okay, so wrapping this up, the choice really comes down to two things. Protecting your vintage plastic with the right base oil.
Synthetic or silicone.
And then picking the right viscosity, the right tackiness to get the performance you actually want. Tuning that LSD effect.
Exactly. Balancing preservation and performance.
Which makes Tamiya EW grease the clear all-arounder for tuning that diff. But that leads to a final thought for you listening. If AEW grease is the best choice for tuning inside the differential carrier itself, where else in that same gearbox might you want to use a different specialist grease, like maybe Tamiya's molybdenum grease? And crucially, why would that specific spot be better suited for moly grease than the diff gears?
Yeah. Think about where the absolute highest load and friction point is, right? When the power comes in from the motor. Yeah. Something to ponder.